Shit, fuck, cunt, dicks! Shit, fuck, cunt, dicks! Shit, fuck, cunt, dicks! Shit, fuck, cunt, dicks!
Why are you guys like this? But what's up, fuckers? How's it going? How's it hanging? Hey, yo! It's freezing! And now I will say so, because Mango is a menace. Mango is a menace! Awa. But hi, guys! How goes? It's cold. Awa! Great! Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub! 8 months, let's go! Yay, yay, just Chris. It's not a scam, I just add a minute. You guys are a scam. Not me. Y'all are scamming me out of my swears. That's what this is. I'm cleaning. There's a lot of cleaning. God, I'm gonna have so much cleaning to do when I finally get around to it. Holy crap. Holy crap, I'm gonna have so much to do. So you want to escape my say-so? Hi, Rhydon, you're not new! Also, I see you guys are already up to your nonsense. First thing, as soon as we start today. Bunch of little maniacs! But what's up, guys? How's it going? You ready to get some words in? You guys ready to do some words? I'm excited to do some words. I'm so behind on my word count, y'all. I haven't written for like the past 4 days. I've been slacking. Bad cat. I'm sorry, where's Coca database? Heck yes! Coca database, let's go! Mango is a good fruit. Mango is a good fruit, but not a good shark today. Bad shark. Found sneakers that would have cost me $249 if I was to buy them. Dang. Screw that. I could never. I could never. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum bump. Okay. I mean, dude, Mango's total not staying by that. Excuse you, are you talking about the fruit or our mango? Because either way, you're wrong. But there's so much stuff. Heck yeah! I love cutting down on stuff. Ridiculous. I mean, that's, you know, that's the nice thing about spring cleaning, right? Like, that's usually what spring cleaning is for. But like, you know, when you're in the mood to get it done, it gets done. The fruit will fight me either way, because I love mangoes. I love eating them. They're delicious. I'll eat our mango too. Chomp chomp. But friggin' I am this spring, I'm gonna do so much spring cleaning come this spring. Cause like there's so much stuff happening. But also, like, I need to spend, like, I'm probably gonna spend, like, the entire second half of December cleaning up from the past few months, because I have been behind on cleaning so much, because I've just been focused on, like, getting stuff done for the models, and for Halloween, and for Thankmas, and the 3.0 reviews, and, like, the 3-year anniversary, that just, like, I have no remaining energy to deal with my house. Which means that, like, all the stuff that I normally do, that I normally take care of, which is, like, most of it, hasn't really been getting done. And so, like, my house is kind of a mess right now, but I don't have the energy to worry about it. So, like, the second half of December is gonna be so much cleaning for me. Like, that's the only time I'm gonna have time to worry about it. Like, right now, it just kind of has to sit in chaos until I can deal with it. Because I just cannot. I just cannot right now. Also, if my stream cuts out at random at any point, It's probably because my circuit breaker is gonna go out. Because it's freezing, so I have my heater on, and turning my heater on usually causes my circuit breaker to flip. So, if I disappear at random, just give me a few minutes, I will be back. But you guys probably all know this by now. What's up, Adam? The new Wingstop Maple Sriracha is similar to the High School. For the new flavor because of mango's butt. Mango's not butt. Mango's great. I don't know. Here's what finals is my new motivation. That's a great motivation. That is a fantastic motivation. I tried to find some food before stream because I kind of forgot to eat, like, anything other than breakfast. But all I could find was cheese. So I'm just munching on cheese. And then I'm gonna do stuff. Said the B word? Butt is not a bad word. Okay, so, guys, my dudes, my bros, my brozinskis. I have downloaded a thing. Actually, you know what? We can pop over to, this. I'm gonna pop over to this screen. But I don't have, like, my whole setup over here, so we're just gonna have to pretend that I have my setup. I'm so small. Why am I so small? Redeem say so and why? Mango did it! Mango did it! Mango is the thief! You've seen him finding Nemo about touching them? Exactly! Touch the butt. They did ditch us. They say so me, and then they ditch. The audacity. Do you have a salad in the fridge? I do, but a salad takes too much time. I needed something quick. But any ways it. So so the thing that I talked about last week that I was like, I should probably download some of my programs that I use that I don't have on this computer. I downloaded one of them. So I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna show you guys the main program that I use for plotting out devices and stories. That's the word I was looking for. So let me pull it up, and then I will go over. This is like, it's all new too. I'm gonna have to like figure some stuff out on my own as well. Like I'm also gonna have to figure stuff out because it's been a while. It's been a while since I used this program. So there's new buttons that I was not aware of. So we're both we're all gonna be figuring it out together, and by that I mean I'm mostly gonna be showing you guys, but. So, oh man, I don't have my, where does the timer show up? The timer? Okay, it's small, itty bitty. So I'm gonna do that. Pop it there, and, yeah, that's fine. My schedule has been finalized as 10 p.m. a good time for the film. Yeah, sure. Oats. What is not a better Their favorite button? Mine's A button. T. I'm gonna go with T. Either that or escape, because I like to escape this conversation. Okay. Struggling in block game? Yeah, so you've mentioned. So you mentioned. Dun 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 dun. Womp 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 womp. Are you guys excited for Christmas music? I'm gonna start getting Christmas music stuck in my head here soon, and I hope you guys are prepared for that. I hope you guys are prepared for me getting... That's not the button I clicked. That's the button I clicked. I hope you guys are prepared for me to have Christmas music stuck in my head. Womp 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 womp. E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack there, and a quack quack there, and a bing 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 bing. I'm gonna put an extra minute on. Old MacDonald had a book that he couldn't write. Can you guys tell I'm functional today? Can you guys tell that I'm very, very functional today? Because I'm not. Okay. But it's November? I know. It's honestly baffling that I haven't gotten Christmas music stuck in my head yet. Mango. Hi, Mango. Sounds like a good time. It's Christmas in November, don't you know? Yeah, tots. It's tots my goats. Christmas in November. Only because I don't know any Thanksgiving music. If I had Thanksgiving music, if Thanksgiving music existed, I would have that stuck in my head. But alas. Okay, so. Hey-yo. How's a temp say-so Eldritch Cat doing? Tired and cold. And brain goo. Much brain goo. My brain is so goo. Oh, that's a minute now. And you know what? And guess what? And guess what? Shit, fuck, cunt, dicks! Giving the music would be food ASMR? Well, true, but I have that all the time. I'm always munching on stream, and my mic picks up everything. So you guys get food ASMR, like, year-round. You're welcome, by the way. My heart isn't ready. I go back to work on that note. Okay, alright, bye! Have fun! Good luck! Burrito, nukes, tacos, those other words. Ah, fuck yeah! Burritos and tacos! Fucking hate ASMR. Okay, to be fair, same. I can't actually listen to ASMR. It makes me tweaky. It makes me like, it kind of tweaks me out. Like, it's unpleasant noise to me. But like, Allah! Why? Never had tacos or burritos? You've never had taco or burrito? You are missing out. You are missing out so sorely. They're so beautiful. They're so wonderful. Like best, like top tier. Okay, alright, here we go. Let's go! So alright, the first like hour or so stream, right? The first hour or so of stream, we're gonna be doing righty stuff, and then after that, we're gonna either play Minecraft or some Coddle. That needs to change. It does. It really does need to change. Mango, you need some tacos. Favorite taco is spaghetti taco. My favorite taco is actually okay. This is gonna be some like controversial take. This is a controversial take. I don't actually like tacos that much. And I know I will be flayed for that, but hear me out. Tacos are really messy. Tacos are messy! Like, I love the taste of tacos. I love me taco taste, which is why I like burritos. But a hard shell taco is just too fucking messy. Like, you crunch down on it and the whole thing just snaps in half, and now you've got beef and lettuce and All that stuff is just everywhere now. It's no longer a taco, it's just a pile on your plate. God forbid you don't have a plate. Then it's just a mess. So I prefer burritos, cause like it's all nicely packed up and contained, and unless there's like way too much sauce in there, then like the sauce kind of gets everywhere, or if it's badly wrapped, cause like Taco Bell, then it kind of gets everywhere. But if it's wrapped properly and like there's a correct amount of sauce, then it's all nicely contained and you get all of the deliciousness of taco, but with none of the mess. So I actually prefer burritos, but I still like the taste of tacos. So I'll every so often when I'm in a very specific kind of mood, I will get one single crunchy taco from Taco Bell. But that's it. But I don't like soft tacos though. I don't actually like soft tacos. What about want a hot take about food? That was one. I have a lot of hot food takes, but like, I think my dislike for taco mess is probably like the biggest one. You know, that and everything that I do in a kitchen. I think soft tacos rule. They're not big and disappear in 2 bites that they fill your plate with tacos. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't like soft tacos. Like, it doesn't have the satisfaction of having beans like a burrito, and it doesn't have that, like, satisfying crunch like a hard taco. Soft tacos are just kind of like the weird middle child between tacos and burritos that's just not as good. It's like the worst part of both of them. Like, you take like the worst part of the taco and the burrito and you put them together. It's just inferior. Cereal with water is edible and I have consumed it before. It's edible, but it's not preferable. When you're really fucking desperate, it's edible, but not preferable. Also, in that same vein is using condensed milk. Condensed milk also really does not work. I've tried that a number of times. It turns out condensed milk is not a good replacement for normal milk. But when you're desperate... But any Ahuzio is it. So, put a Dorito in there? I don't like Doritos that much. Corn flour taquito on top? I do like taquitos. I do like me some taquitos. I like it soft tacos is the big take. I'm sorry, but soft tacos are just the inferior middle child between normal tacos and burritos. And you can't convince me otherwise. But if for the lulz kind of want to do it again, don't do it. I don't recommend it. It's not tasty. Sister hates barbecue ribs. I'm sorry, but your sister and I are gonna have to fight now. Tell her to meet me behind the Texas Steakhouse, and we're gonna have to have a brawl, because, like, she's wrong. It'll make it a crunch wrap. I don't like crunch wraps, because then you get all the problems. It's all the problems of a taco, but now you just ruined a burrito. I don't understand people and their crunch wraps. I really don't. Also, really brawl at Pizza Hut. You know what? That's fair. Keto is tortilla, meat, and cheese. It has all the essentials. That's true. That's very true. Taquitos are very tasty. Man, now I want taquitos and a taco and a burrito. I should tell my partner to go to Taco Bell on the way home. Actually, I don't even know if Taco Bell is open when he's like off work, but now I'm gonna have to go. Hang on, I'm gonna go text my partner and tell enchiladas. I hate enchiladas. I'm sorry, but I hate enchiladas and lasagna. I don't like lasagna either. Lasagna just tastes like cottage cheesecake, and I don't like cottage cheese. Burrito is king. It stands for better for a reason. I'm gonna go text my partner while you guys have a breakdown. No, I don't like lasagna, and I'm not sorry. It's gross. Lasagna, it tastes like cottage cheese. I don't know, every lasagna I've ever had my entire life, it just tastes like they put cottage cheese in, like, spaghetti cake, and it doesn't even taste like spaghetti. I'd rather have spaghetti. Favorite is burritos than empanadas. I think I've had an empanada, like, once, but I don't remember what it is. And then if you had my burrito lasagna, what is a burrito lasagna? Those are two entirely different foods. How do you even mix those? The only thing they have in common is beef. And not even in my case, because I don't even put beef in my burritos. It's just, it's all refried beans and cheese. My burritos are just pure refried beans and cheese. I don't even get the sauce or onions. I hate sauce and I hate onions. Actually, no, I don't hate the sauce. It just they just put way the fuck too much in all the wrong places and it makes a mess, and I don't like I don't like messy foods. Like, food can taste as good as it wants, but as soon as it makes a mess, I don't like it. If food is lasagna, I guess it's more lasagna for me. You can have it. That's all yours. I will stick with my bean and cheese burrito, thank you. Lasagna made with burrito ingredients, but why not just have a burrito at that point? Just have a burrito! But anywho, before you guys distract me any further and make me hungry. So I downloaded Twine. So I was, the program that I was talking about last writing stream that I do all of my plotting on, I went and downloaded it, and so I can show you guys kind of how it works. Oh, write down as a cursed food chip. No, it's usually me. It's usually me. Fill a burrito with lasagna. But I don't like lasagna. I don't like the ingredients of lasagna. Like, if I want a pasta, I want spaghetti. That's about it. It's just a Hot Pocket. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually like Hot Pockets that much either. But it just comes back to that it's messy problem. Hot Pockets are just too fucking messy. Disrepair. Error 422. Create. Not lasagna? You're right. Now it's burrito casserole? Isn't a burrito casserole just a lasagna? I'm confused. Can I move this thingy? Okay. Put a burrito filled with lasagna and stuff that into a duck and put the duck into a turkey. A turducken! What I'm hearing is it's not bad taste, only that it goes everywhere. Exactly! That is exactly the problem, except in the case of lasagna, because I don't like cottage cheese. But, like, in most cases, it's just a problem of it being messy, and I don't like messy foods. I don't like my food to get anywhere other than where it's supposed to be. As soon as a food makes a mess, I have a problem with it. A lot of extra steps. The problem exists with the user at this point of a Hot Pocket is no, because like as soon as even just microwaving it, right? You take the Hot Pocket, you put it in its little sieve, and you stick it in the microwave. But as soon as it comes out of the microwave, it always tears on the little edges, like on the little seams. It always, without fail, every fucking time, tears on both sides of those seams. So no matter what side you put it in the fucking sleeve, you got, like, goo at the bottom. Hot Pockets are too messy. Because they're always tearing. If they would just stay closed like they're fucking supposed to, then we wouldn't have a problem. But the problem is that they always tear on those stupid seams on both fucking sides. So you can't eat it, no matter which way you put it, without some of it getting on the bottom. And that bothers me. Bothers me a great lot a bit. What's a Hot Pocket? Imagine pizza, but contained in a sandwich. Like a pizza sandwich. They're convenient. It's like you get an entire meal contained in bread. But they always tear, and so it makes a mess. Let's put cottage cheese in lasagna. Do you not? What else do you put in a lasagna other than cottage cheese? And beef. It's like cottage cheese and beef and like tomato sauce and then like the curly noodle things. I don't like the taste of the curly noodle things either, but like the cottage cheese is so overpowering that like that's all I taste. French soup sandwich would be a nightmare then, because it's a sandwich that gets dipped in onion soup. Blech. I don't like onion either. Mozzarella cheese? Really? White cheese sauce, but it ain't cottage cheese? For feta, parmesan, or mozzarella? See, it might be more tolerable if it was like mozzarella. But the lasagnas that I've always had is it's always been cottage cheese. How long you plan to... I'm not procrastinating! Chat is distracting me! This isn't procrastination, this is your guys' fault! Be the fifth person to ask what kind of program is this. I think I heard it twice and I immediately forgot. I wish you were the fifth person to ask this question. You're actually the first. But everybody else is just yelling at me about lasagna. But yes, the program that I'm using that I talked about last Nano stream, it's called Twine, and technically it's a text-based game engine. So like normally what you do is like you bring up your passage up and then you go do and then stuff happens and then like you connect it with like these things and then the next thing happens and you do that and it creates another and then like you attach from there and then you open it up and like these are the things that you can click on to go to the next thing, and so that's how you create like text games. But I use it for plotting out my novels because it gives me, it's the like most obvious like kind of tack board visualization type of things. Because you can take these little bits and you can drag them around and you can connect them and you can create as many as you need to. And you used to be able to change their size. I don't know how you do it because I haven't used this program in a few years. So I'm not 100% sure how you change the size. But Ice Shadow #1. Some programs in the literature part of the Discord. nice alternative to HTML. Yeah, you can use HTML and JavaScript and CSS to kind of like make it fancy schmancy and whatnot. But since I just use it to plot my stuff out, I just use these passages, and it's just like, I'll do like, chapter 1, and then I'll do like a brief summary, and maybe some like character notes, or like location notes, and then I'll have like a link to chapter 2, or usually what I'll actually do is I'll have... How do you connect them? You just connect them with these little bracket things. So if you have 2 brackets, so let me start over here. How did I, yeah, delete. So if you start at the beginning, and, oh, there's the size button, okay. I just downloaded this thing, like, for the first time in years, so give me, I'll, give me like a few minutes to get used to using it again. They've changed the UI a little bit, and so there's a few more buttons than there used to be. Just use a shit ton of paper. Yeah, and see, that's how I did it first. Is what I used to do is I would just have like a big corkboard and a whole bunch of notes, like note cards. I just have note cards, and I would tack them on the board and kind of like have my chapter summary notes and like move them around as I need to, because I am an extremely visual person. There's a website that helps with world building if you have a completely different world. Is it World Anvil? By any chance? Because I have also used that historically, but my problem with World Anvil was that unless you have like the subscription service, you can't put your notes, like you can't, all of it is for like D&D. Yeah, most people use it for D&D, but it's also really great for planning out like world notes and stuff for books too. But the problem is all of it is like public, and you can't hide it or make a second world unless you have the subscription service. And so like, I didn't want to put all of my notes for my actual novel on something that like was just out there for everyone to see and like steal my fucking shit, you know? Not that it ultimately mattered. Like, people would have to know it's there to steal it in the first place. But I didn't like the fact that that the entire thing was just out there publicly. Like, for D&D, that's fine. And for planning, like, fan fiction, that's fine. But for planning, like, an actual novel that you intend to publish, that's a little bit of a problem. So, I kind of stopped using it. But it is great. It's a great tool. It's great for planning out D&D. It's great for planning out, like, novels. It's just, it's good for it's got, like, timelines and character notes and, like, Wikipedia type stuff, and it's great for building out your world and taking notes. I just, I'm gonna look for it because I forgot about it. The one that I used was World Anvil. It's good. And the first world is free. I just didn't like that it was all public and you couldn't really hide the notes. Oh, Campfire, but it's giving payment? Yeah. Yeah, Twine is free, because it's just a game engine. So that's another reason that I use Twine, is it's free. It's visual and it's free. But more than anything, it's because it's visual and I have these little notes here that I can drag around the screen like this freely. Okay, so what I will normally do is I will have chapters, but also I'll plan out kind of the sections of a story, right? Like the structure. I'll have like notes on it, the structure. So like you have your beginning, you have the fuck, I'm gonna have to like go look up 7 story structure. Forget what all of them are. 7-point story structure. Okay, yeah, inciting incident. Fuck off, ads. So you've got your beginning, or the hook. You've got plot turn 1, also known as the inciting incident. You've got... Also, you can, where's the doing for this? Not edit. Story. Find preferences. There's a way to lock them to the things, but I'm forgetting I can't. Passage, story, build, fine. I forget how to do this. Whatever, it doesn't. Anyways, there's a way to like lock it to the boxes. Oh, there it goes. So that way you can kind of, it's a little bit easier to, you know, keep it organized. But anyway, so you have the inciting incident. You have, the next one is the, pinch 1, the conflict. I feel like this is missing one, but. The conflict. Okay. And then you have your midpoint, which is kind of like where things turn around. Usually, like, an initial twist might be there. You've got, the next would be... Calling it a night with a block game and can't do shit with the mini-boss Bob, so I mean, you know what, that's fair. After the midpoint, you've got pinch 2, conflicts takes it worse. Why is this weird? Like named weird. Boppin'? Music boppin'. I do love music. When the fuck did they start calling it a pinch? How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty fucking good, other than being kind of confused. Position. What is this blue nonsense on the screen? This is twine. Dun 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 dun. Is the action climax following the exit? They always called it a pinch? The fuck? Climax falling action. So weird. I don't remember it ever being called a pinch, but whatever. Midpoint, pinch, point two. Why? Five-point story structure? Is that normally the one that I use? Okay, that's the one that I normally use. 5-point, not the 7-point. That makes more sense to me. Well, lots about the story. You can let a kind for free editor look at it, keyword free. Yeah, good luck finding that. Okay, but anyways, now I have like properly fucking thing. Okay, so Act 1, Act 2. This one cut it into 5 acts. I usually cut it into 3. But you have, okay, I'm gonna I wish my laptop wasn't such a pain in the dick to open, cause like I have this all set out already on my laptop. This is where we have the Discord. Lamau. Also, no, you can't. You can. No guarantee that anybody will read it, but, you know, you can put it out there and see if somebody will. God, why are there so many different ones? I'm, like, trying to recall the one that I used before. React structure, plot point 1, rising action. Midpoint, plot point 2. Pre-climax, climax. Resolute. Maybe it was a 9-point? God, there's so many. Running into it is in plot twist. Midpoint, plot twist, climax, and resolution. React structure. Ah, there's the one that I used. Okay. I knew there was a specific one that I had used. I just had to find that again. Okay, so let me... Pops had an editor friend who gave him a hand and Pops published a book. That's fucking awesome! Peer review, I'm not an official editor, but fuck it. I mean, peer review is sometimes the best, like, way to go about things. Sometimes. At least, like, it's a good insight into, like, the common reader, right? Like, getting just average, everyday readers to read through it. It gives you kind of that non-professional insight of a normal ass fucking reader. Which I would kind of say is a bit important. So anyway, so this one. Okay, so you have your beginning, your inciting incident, not your conflict, but your second thoughts. And then you have, so these are all part of Act 1. So this. So rename Act 1 down here so that I can this, and then you've got Act 1 up there, and then you've got Act 2. I'm real busy this month. Fucking mood. I'm gonna write my own story. I just opened up enough other projects that I decided to say that I'll put one in the back burner. Fucking, I have so much shit in the back burner perpetually. Let me see if I can around so that I can see everything. There we go. Now I can see chat and my notes. Okay, alright, so you have one. Act 1, which is your beginning, your inciting incident, and your second thoughts. And then at the end of second thoughts, you have not a midpoint, but the climax of Act 1. Climax of Act 1. And I'm gonna put that there. And then you have, after that, you have an initial obstacle. I have so many of these open. There we go. You have a back burner on a back burner. I really fucking do. I really fucking do. It's not a lie. It is sad but true. So you have an obstacle 1. Obstacle 1. There we go. And then you have obstacle 2. There's probably hotkeys for all of this, but I don't know them right now. But whatever, that's fine. And then you have your midpoint. This is when you have the midpoint. And the midpoint is also known as the climax of Act 2. It's a big twist. It's where like shit goes, oh fuck. Let's see. Big twist. Well, that's not the climax of Act 2, but it is a big climax point. It is a big, like, oh no, shit happened kind of moment. Boop. And then after that, you have a third obstacle. So you have obstacle 3. A disaster. So kind of a big oh fuck moment. A crisis. Obviously from the disaster. You have your big oh fuck moment, and then you have your oh fuck what do I do about the oh fuck moment. And then, finally, you have the climax of Act 2. Climax of Act 2, kind of collecting everything that happened in Act 2. And then Act 3, the start of Act 3, is your big, like, ultimate climax. So that's... Climax of Act 3 is at the start, and it's the big climax. The big final moment. Like, the big... This is when shit goes down. And that's in Act 3. Dun 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 dun. So we want Act 3. And Act 3 is the start of the resolution. So you have your big climax, your big battle, your big, you know, who's he, what's it, what happens there. And then after that, you have your final obstacles. This is like, what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to call this final obstacles. And then you have your wrap-up. So sort of your, like, final bits and bobs of the story, like your big battles happening and everybody's, like, doing their, you know, it's repair time. You know, seeing who's still alive at the end of the battle. And then finally, you have the end, the closing, the resolution. It's all done. Where your story ends off. And so that's kind of the overarching plot. Like, structure. That's the overarching plot structure. And so what I like to do is, and this is why I like this, is because it's a very visual thing, is you kind of have your beginning, and you can sort of do this thing, where you have, like, build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. Like, you can kind of visualize how this sort of looks. And sort of kind of see the buildup of the plot itself. And kind of give it, like, it just kind of helps with, like, pacing. It helps with pacing, is to kind of get a visual, at least for me, to kind of get a visual of how these moments kind of compare from one moment to the next. Then you have your end. Act 3. Abomination win. Fuck you, writers, and your twists. They hurt. They do! And I love that. But yeah, so this kind of gives you a little bit of a visual of the structures of the acts. And what I would like to do here is, in addition to in these note cards, is just connect them like this. So in Act 1, you have the beginning, you have the inciting incident, and you have the second thoughts. And then obviously you have the climax of Act 1. And then in Act 2, you have Obstacle 1, Obstacle 2, oops, Obstacle 2, you have your midpoint, Obstacle 3, the disaster, the crisis, and the climax of Act 2. And now all of those are connected like that. And then in Act 3, you have the climax of Act 3, you have the final obstacles, the wrap-up, and then the end. And now those are all connected. Sometimes you can also, the really cool thing, let me pull this up, is you can also color code these. You see, you used to be able to color code them. How do you color code them now? Styles. With tags, that's it. So if you don't like the arrows there and just want something a little bit more visual, you can use tags and set that to a color. Like that. Add. So like if the arrows are annoying, which for me they kind of are, so I usually prefer to do tags. Whoops. Tag Act 1. Because I am an extremely visual person. So, like, just kind of having, like, a literal graph out like this is super helpful for my thought process. So, Act 2 is going to be, make that one orange. Tag, Act 2. Oops. Close that. Midpoint. Ah. Huh? Oh, it's already tagged. Act 2. Act 2. Then Act 3. Gonna make that one red. Womp. Okay, so once I get kind of this set up and kind of have like a visual idea of what my plot kind of needs to look like, I will go in and start doing chapter summaries. Chapter summaries, or if I need to, I'll do character sheets. So usually off to the side somewhere, I will have a... God damn it. I will have a... either just a list of characters, or I will have just kind of like a characters section. Let's move these all slightly to the left, right. Move that. Zoom back in. Characters. Make this wide. Have a list of characters. So for the current story that I'm working on, if you want to, what you could do is get a list of main characters, side characters, villain, etc. Oops. Stop it. So for my current story, there's the tiny child, there's Zero, X, RK, oops, and Metal. For side characters, there's Axel, there's I guess Sun and Moon technically counts as side characters. The problems that help me with my room since she's the one that fucking wanted it done, not backing out because it's all yours and your decisions. Like, it just tidied, gotten the same results, not a whole ass move out of my room and slowly back into my room. Bullshit, I have a damn. That fucking sucks, bro. That'd be annoying. There goes the chasing of plot bunnies. I'm chasing very much, but catching none. What's up, Nyara? Let's see, side characters. I guess Freddy would be a side character. Infinite is gonna be in here somewhere. Kipper. I don't know if anybody else is gonna be relevant. For villains, currently, there's Sigma is back on his bullshit. Burn Trap is in there. And probably Vanny. Cool. I'm going to make a new tab for world build and make it purple. That's gonna be blue. Cool. Alright, so there's that. So what I'll do sometimes, in addition to the character, is I'll have like a whole sheet dedicated to the main characters. So for the tiny child, that, and then, you know, character notes. So anything like backstory, motivations, family, if that's important. Powers are usually very relevant to my story. And it's super important to, in addition to having motivations, to also kind of have, like, flaws or hang-ups or, you know, details about them. Like, most people just call them flaws, but I like to think of them more as just character, you know? Like, everyone's got their shit, you know? Everyone's got their hang-ups. I feel like calling it flaw makes it too... I feel like when people talk about, oh, make sure your character has some flaws, they're just like, oh, well, I'll give my super fucking overpowered character like this, I don't know, fucking, they're super powerful, but they can only use that power when the sun is blue. And it's just like, okay, that's, you know, yeah, sure, that's technically a flaw, but that has nothing to do with their actual character, right? Like, that's not actually going to do anything in terms of the character themselves, right? Like, that's just, I don't know, it feels more like an excuse rather than an actual flaw. Whereas, like, if it's more of a characterization, a drawback, it's like, yeah, they have this super insanely powerful power, but they can only use it so many times before it starts drawing on their actual power, or like, you know, they can only use it so many times, or they, you know, they have to, you know, it burns them out, like, physically or emotionally, or they, you know, some thing happens when they use it, or like they have a memory to a specific thing about using it, and like it can kind of just sort of set them off if they use it in a very specific kind of way. I don't know. But you guys kind of get what I'm saying, right? Like, characters need their hang-ups. They need their boundaries. They need... Like, everyone's got shit, you know? I feel like just calling it a flaw usually causes, like, Mary Sue and overpowered, you know, shonen main characters to just kind of find an excuse to, oh, they're not actually that powerful because this random thing, and it's like... Yeah, okay, sure. No, you're still super insanely overpowered. You just have an excuse not to use it or whatever. I don't know. It makes it boring. Their likes and dislikes and flaws always trip me up. Because I signed up for Nano and then I got 6, and now it's the 9th and I have maybe 50 words. I mean, it happens. Fucking, it is not fucking uncommon for me to not even start my novel until halfway through the month, because I'm super fucking indecisive and usually can't figure out what I want to write until then. And so I usually have to spend, like, the first, you know, like, a good week or two just playing catch-up. But on the other hand, I got real fucking good at busting out, like, 12,000 words in one night because of it. Character likes and decisive flaws always trip me up. I think those are my favorite part. On the character flaw list is a description of me, Lamau. But yeah, like... people have a tendency to get very lazy with flaws. Like, they're like, oh, well, they're not super overpowered because they have this thing, and it's not even actually, like, a thing that affects them in any realistic way. And it just makes it real fucking boring. Shonen main characters are real fucking bad about this shit. Like, give them some actual character, my dude. It started because I'm stressed and no clue how to start. But yeah, so... Move my screens back to where they were. I don't know whether I have a blank page syndrome. I have found that the best trick for blank page syndrome is to write out that one scene that you really want to write. Like, we all know when okay, I'm assuming that everyone is like this. But, like, there's that one scene, right? Or either that one scene or something really fucking stupid that has nothing to do with the entire rest of it, but just kind of gets your brain working. Like, it could be some stupid AU type of non-canon bullshit, and you just take a what-if situation, and you go, but what if this happened? And then you write that, and then you delete it afterwards, because it has nothing to do with the story. But it gets your brain going, you know? Well, they are lactose intolerant. That imbalances their immortality. Exactly, exactly. They're just like, ah, yes, my character is so not overpowered because they have a weird twitch in their knee. Sure. I think that one scene makes you think, how did the characters get there? Exactly. I've seen this program before, but I like it. Like the plot map. Yeah, it's really, 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 really nice. Like, that's why this is like my go-to for plotting things out, is like, it gives me super visuals. And I need visuals. And like, you could just kind of, just being able to make a note and drag it around the screen and organize things visually, like, is such a fucking game changer for me. So, okay, we have characters, locations. Locations are also super important, especially for me, who works in several locations in several worlds and several timelines. Oh, not a new tag. World bed. So, locations. So, and size, we're gonna make that wide. Is a wide boy. Oh, sorry for the text. What text? I'm a good person to help if I feel weird doing it. Nah, you good, mate. But, let's see. So, let's see, locations. Locations, location, location. So the one main location. The plot storming workshop the weekend before Nana, and has me questioning how death of the mentor fits into my story. I mean, it doesn't have to. I don't think I have a single death of the mentor in any of my stories ever. So, like, it isn't a requirement. But I think Twitch said no to long fuck you. Ah, gotcha. Story commissions? Not currently, no. Mostly because I have a hard time writing things that I'm not, like, innately attached to. Which is why a lot of my fucking, like, anything not main story or fanfic related, I have never been able to finish. Because, I have a bajillion ideas for stories, but none of them get written because I have no attachment to them whatsoever. Like, they're cool ideas, but I'm never gonna do anything with them until I find a way to attach myself. So I have a hard time writing things that, like, don't have a specific thing about them that I feel like needs to be written. I did this whole breakdown of the 3X director, and she and I disagreed on who filled the mentor role out of my cast. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your story, so you get to decide. If you decide who the mentor character is that random Joe Schmo side character from Act 3, then guess what? That gets to be your mentor character. Because it's your story and you can do whatever the fuck you want. I just posted events. Alright, sounds good. Okay, so locations. Currently, there's, I'm gonna break this up into 3 different areas. So, we have the Sonic World locations. I don't know how many different worlds we're gonna end up in, but... Soliana... Obviously. And in there we have the Disrepair House itself. / neighborhood. I don't know where anywhere else in that world things are gonna take place, so we're gonna leave that one there. And then we have the FNAF world, which is where a lot of it is going to be taking place. That's not what I wanted. I don't remember where my B key is. There it is. There. So that Ascended didn't get the cringe out of me. Like, I've got a trilogy planned, and she's like, you can have the overarching plot for the trilogy, but then you need to break it down into the arcs for each book, and I'm looking at my notes like, well, fuck. Well, yeah, I mean, you want your stories within stories, right? Like, you want each book to kind of have its own story. Otherwise, like, how do you know where to end it, right? Like it's good to have a breakdown within it. So you kind of have a specific... Like, even if the ending of one book isn't the ending of the story, you kind of want it to be the ending of that specific part of the story. You want some kind of wrap-up to that section. So you want to know what the plot within the one book is. Even if it's not the end of the story itself. I think it's just so rigid in those to help people. I mean, yeah, you don't need, like, the specific every single breakdown in every single book. Like, you don't need every plot point in every book. You just kind of want to know where your book is going to end. And so that way you know where your plot points need to be. So mostly as a pacing thing. Because, like, you don't want to get in there and just have your pacing all over the fucking place. But at the same time, that's also what editing is for. Like, when you're writing the initial book itself, the main thing that you want to do is just fucking get words on page. Like, the first draft is just you telling yourself the story. Like, you just want to get the story out. I wouldn't worry too much about, like, specific plot points and pacing and yada yada and death of the mentor and blah blah blah, all that stuff. You don't want to worry about that right from the get-go. That's what fucking editing and rewriting is for. Just get words on page. That's the important thing. Like, if you're planning out a trilogy, you kind of want a general idea of what each section is going to cover. But I would just focus on getting the words on the page. Used to be good at that, and now I'm second guessing myself more than I did before I went to the workshop, just telling me to just write. The NaNoWriMo that says write first, ask questions later. Exactly. Exactly. If there's one thing that I've heard from a lot of, like, published writers, it's that when you're actually sitting down to write, throw all of the advice you've ever gotten to the wind. Like, every bit of advice that you have ever gotten, throw that out the fucking window when you're actually sitting down to write. Because otherwise, you will sit there second guessing and overthinking, and you're not gonna get any fucking writing done. Take all of the advice and just put it in a little box and put it in the back of the closet. And just get the fucking words down. When you start editing, then you take the little box of advice out and start reworking things. But when you actually want to get the words on the page, just put the words on the page. Pizzaplex. And underneath the Pizzaplex. During the exams, let me just stop overthinking as I wrote a full big letter, don't think so much. Best writing advice I ever got was from Mercedes. Like, she told me don't talk about it, do it. Also good advice. Although, for me, I actually write a lot better if I have, like, at least one person to just sort of, like, get my ideas out of my brain. Because, like, if I don't have some... Basically, I just kind of need someone to fangirl at. And then it kind of gets, like, my brain revving. And it gets ideas going. And it motivates me to actually get words on the page so that I can give it to other people to read. Because, like, I think the biggest drawback to writing, like, my big novel lately is the friend that I had that I used to throw all of my ideas at that has known every single fucking detail of that book since its inception. I'm not really on talking terms with anymore, and there is literally nobody else who knows as much about those characters as they did, and so I don't really have someone to talk to about it. So I just haven't been motivated to work on it. So. Yeah. And I think that goes, like, double, triple when you're working on fan fiction, right? Like, that's a weird niche. But working on fan fiction, teach me code. I would love to someday. Head from published writer is Stephen King writes a fucking lot. Oh yeah. I think that's why I write so much idiocy in the Discord. But yeah, like, with fanfiction especially, like, having somebody who's also in the fandom who can be as excited as you are about the things that you're planning to do kind of, like, really gives you the motivation to actually sit down and write. But yeah. I don't know, man. Shit's weird. Shit's fucking weird. Fabric Hunter base. Dude, I didn't just write your ideas on the literature thread and ramble about it. Do it. I have a whole literature section in my Discord that is open for all of the discussions. I should have made another pot of coffee. Game Mythological Beasts? I kind of did. I looked at it on my phone, and my phone doesn't like loading things, so like I sort of saw it, but I didn't fully see it. Okay. I didn't even grab soda. I'll pick under it later. Fuck yeah. Okay, so Act 1. So currently I have about 4 chapters written. Chapter 1. I'm trying to remember what happened in chapter 1. I wrote this one a couple years back. Dun 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 dun. Right. Chapter 1 is just kind of an overlook of current state. Well, then set up for the incident. On. And then chapter 2 was the pizzeria, the initial. Okay, so chapter 2 was the initial introduction of the pizzeria. Sonic's World. And Disrepair House. Visit. Chapter 3 is when shit starts going down. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Yeah, so chapter 3 is the inciting incident. Summary. Disrepair House visits. Again. Appearance of the arcade. And possible robots transported to FNAF world. Tara meets son. Stuck in the daycare. Okay, so that's the inciting incident. Beginning. So, chapter 4 now. 0, X, Axel appear in world. Meeting with Sun and Itara. Itara and leaving the daycare.